Hi everyone. I thought I'd start off my series about teaching Metatrader with something very simple. There's a great tradition when teaching programming languages such as C++ that the first program you always write is something called Hello World, which just basically prints out Hello World on the screen. So I thought I'd start off by doing that. And I was trying to rack my brains as to what the Hello World equivalent would be, and the answer I came up for Metatrader is a script. So I'm just going to take you through what you need to do in order to create a Hello World script, and then in successive lessons we'll actually modify the script to make it do something more useful. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you know virtually nothing about programming, and the first thing you need to do is to bring up the Metatrader editor. Now you can either hit the F4 key or you can click this little button up here, which is what I usually do. So, and in case you've never brought it up before, this is the editor where you can actually write code. So I've got loads of scripts and things that I've done there. Okay, so now to create a new script, you click on this new button here. And this brings up this MQL4 wizard. And then you've got a choice of 6 different types of things you want to create. And in this case, we're going to create a script. So click on the script button and then click on next. Then we have to give it a name. So I'm going to call it my first script. And here you see you can add parameters that your indicator or script might have. This one is not going to have any, so that makes it nice and straightforward. So we just click on the finish button. And what you see, it's created some code here. And this is your skeleton script code. And it's basically got one function called onStart. And basically what happens when the script is dropped into the chart, this function is called, and it's called once, and it does whatever you program into this function, and then it finishes. So we're going to do something very simple here. So we just write alert, which, as you can probably guess, brings up an alert box, and we're going to write Hello World. Okay, and then once you've written your code, you have to compile it. Now what this does is gets the computer to check all your code's written correctly, there aren't any errors, and it converts it from an MQ4 file, which is the raw code, to the compiled version. So if you click on compile now, and you see there's no errors, it's all worked fine. And so if we go back to here and look into our scripts folder, you can now see that we've got my first script. So let's try it out. We just drop it in a window and it says Hello World. You see these previous examples are old things where I was just testing it out. Okay, so there we are, printing out Hello World. Let's now play around with it a bit. Now one thing you need to know about the alert thing is you can put multiple things in a row and it'll stick it all together. So let's, for example, say we actually would quite like to know what symbol that alert fired off from. So we can put symbol and Hello World, and this is some extra text. Okay, just to illustrate how it all works. Compile that, check it all works. It does indeed all work. Back we go to here, drop it in again. And now you see it says gold. Hello World, this is some extra text. Okay, so there we are. Not very useful, but it's your first bit of code. And in the next lesson, we'll actually start doing something useful, like having it. Various things we can do. We can delete all open orders. We can adjust stop losses and take profits. I actually have loads of scripts just for doing that. So. Well, in the next lesson, we'll actually start to make it do something useful. But there, that's the introduction, how to create your first script. Okay, I hope you found it useful. Bye for now.